The day started softly. Morning light stretched across the floor, warm and familiar. The house smelled like sleep and coffee and yesterday. I lifted my head when I heard my human moving. That sound always wakes me up. Footsteps. Drawers opening. A quiet sigh. I followed her, of course. Room to room. Not because I needed anything, just because that's where I belong. They talked to me while they got ready. Not in full sentences. Just gentle sounds. Little reassurances that flowed through the air. You're okay. I'll be back. Be good today. I listened carefully. Humans don't realize this, but dogs listen with more than ears. We listen with our bodies, with our hearts. Then the sounds changed. Keys, shoes. That shift in the air that means something is about to end. I sat by the door before she asked me to. I like to be ready. Cindy knelt down and rubbed my ears slowly, like they were trying to leave part of themselves behind. Her hands were warm. I leaned into them. I won't be gone long, she said. I believed her. I always do. The door opened. Outside rushed in the smells, wind, distant sounds. And then the door closed. The lock clicked. I didn't move. Sometimes, if you don't move, they come back. I stared at the door. I listened. Nothing. The house felt different immediately. Not empty, just quieter. Like it was holding its breath. I stayed there for a long time, because leaving the door felt like admitting something had changed. I waited. Waiting is something dogs understand well. It's not sad at first. It's hopeful. Every sound made my ears lift. Every car outside made my tail twitch. I walked through the house slowly, checked the rooms. Everything was the same, but it didn't feel the same. I jumped onto the couch. Their spots still smelled like them. That helped. I curled up and closed my eyes, not to sleep, just to rest. I listened. Time moved strangely. Sometimes it rushed past me. Sometimes it stopped completely. I heard voices outside once. My heart jumped. It wasn't them. I sighed and rested my head on my paws. Being alone isn't scary. It's just quiet in a way that feels too big. Dogs don't understand ours. We understand absence. We understand when footsteps are missing, when laughter doesn't fill the room, when the house feels like it's waiting to. I thought about walks, about treats, about the way my human scratches my head just right. I wondered what they were doing. I wondered if they missed me the way I missed them. I went back to the door and sat again, just in case. Because hope. Hope sounds like footsteps. I went back to the door again, not because I thought they were coming yet, but because my body felt pulled there. Like something invisible was tied between me and the handle. I sat down, then stood up, then sat again. Waiting doesn't always feel the same. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it aches. I heard a sound outside, the soft to be sure. I leaned forward, holding my breath. Nothing. I walked away slowly this time. My water bowl waited in the kitchen, and touched. I took a few laps. Cold. Refreshing. Then I went back to the door. I don't know why I do that. I just do. The house felt stretched thin, like it was missing a piece. I lay down with my head against the floor, eyes facing the crack under the door. Humans don't know this, but dogs remember things in pictures. I remembered the way my human smells when they come home. A mix of outside and familiar. I remembered the sound of their keys hitting the counter. The way they say my name when they don't think anyone's listening. I remembered other days like this. Other doors. Other waits. Times I stayed right here, telling myself to be patient. Telling myself they always come back. Sometimes I think humans don't realize how brave dogs are. How much trust it takes to wait without knowing when. I rested my chin on my paws. The house creaked softly, settling into the afternoon. Light shifted across the floor. I sighed. Waiting isn't loud. It's gentle. It's quiet hope. And hope sounds a lot like listening. Then I heard it. Not loud. Not rushed. Footsteps. My ears lifted before my head did. My heart recognized the rhythm instantly. Keys. My tail started moving on its own. I stood up slowly at first, just to be sure. Then faster. Then I couldn't stop myself anymore. The door handle turned. And the door opened. My human. The house filled all at once with sound, with smell, with rightness. I stepped forward and pressed myself against their legs, stretching my whole body like I needed to remind myself this was real. Their pants smelled like outside, like the world. Her hand found my head, then my back, then rested there, steady. Hey, she said softly. That one word was enough. I leaned into her harder, grounded myself, let the waiting drain out of me. She stood there for a moment before moving, like she understood that coming home isn't just walking inside, it's reconnecting. I followed her everywhere after that. Kitchen, living room, back again, just in case. She laughed when I flopped down at their feet. That laugh felt like a reward. Dinner came later. The bowl sounded louder than usual when it hit the floor. Food tastes different when you waited for someone to share the space with. After that, treats. Extra ones. The kind that mean, I know today was long. I curled up close while they settled down. Not touching constantly, just close enough to feel them move. Close enough to know they were really here. I thought about the day, the quiet, the waiting, the door. It had been hard, but it had also been okay, because it ended like this. Dogs don't need everything to make sense. We just need the ending to feel safe. I yawned, stretched, let my eyes close. Today, I waited. And tonight, I was home. I curled up in my spot again. The house was quiet, but it didn't feel empty anymore. I closed my eyes. Before I drifted off, I thought about you, the one listening. If you want to spend more days with me and see where my paws take me next, you can subscribe to follow me on my next adventure. My name is Biscuit. I'll be here.